Hello and welcome. If this is your first time and you like sports, hit the subscribe button and support your guy, the Sports Judge. I don't know about you, but I am sick of Kawhi Leonard. I'm sick of hearing the name. I'm sick of his face. I'm just sick of him. Either your ass is going to play or you're not going to play. Since joining the Los Angeles Clippers in 2019, Leonard has only played in every playoff game for the team only once in the 2020 season. Since then, his right knee has been a reoccurring issue. He has missed 179 of a possible 435 games since joining the Clippers. Where is Leonard to do something? The Clippers superstar. He remains sidelined indefinitely to start this season while rehabbing inflammation in his right knee. He has nothing to show for the $50 million a year, and that's thievery at the highest order. And you know, a lot of times what separates a misdemeanor and a felony is the amount that you steal. He fooled and robbed Steve Ballmer blind. Kawhi is definitely a felon. This is an enormous amount of money he made off with. And once again, he scammed the Clippers and will be out indefinitely. I'm telling you right now, he's not going to play a lot of games this season. Get ready for it. I already know Kawhi. Clipper fans are hoping I'm wrong by saying that, but we know this happens every season where Kawhi misses a chunk of games, whether that be to load manage or due to an injury. If he's already likely to miss a week, you can absolutely pretty much book it that he's not going to play that much this season. When it comes to the Clippers talking point, Kawhi's name comes up. And whether he plays or not, he's a trendy topic. If I said to you, how many games will Kawhi play this season? What would your number be? What would be the number of games he plays? I'll say no more than 60. Man, this sucks for the fans. Trust me, it does. And if you blindly, and by the way, I heard it from people blindly believing this is perfectly fine. It's only the first game. It's October. It doesn't matter. Really? Are you going to play or not? Or are you okay missing a ton of action and just collecting the check? So you're telling me you're still banking on a player who is only as good as he can be when he's only available to be a top player in this league. You're banking on a player who stole a lot of money from you and played when he felt like it, even though he was healthy. I must trust this guy to be the main guy who leads my team when he's been stealing from a franchise since he got there? I'm supposed to have confidence in a guy who can't make an honest living? This guy has barely been available for years now. He is essentially robbing the Clippers. We're just going to be sheep and believe everything with him will be good in the long run? I must continue to have faith, be patient, and stay positive? No! For God's sake, I don't. I don't, because I'm not a moron. He's not going to convince me that he will return and stay on the floor and play at least 70 games. I'm not going to trust a guy when he's never able to play because either he's trying to avoid an injury, so he load manages, or he's dealing with an injury, so he sits out trying to get back. It's starting to get annoying that at some point, literally every time we bring up Kawhi in conversations, that I get annoyed. Play a damn game. Play a damn game. When he's on the floor, healthy, Kawhi is unquestionably a top 5 player in the league, but you can't trust him. How can you make somebody the face of your franchise, yet he's never around? It really doesn't make any sense. I can show some compassion by saying, his health has betrayed him. If I'm the Clippers, I would be worried long term. I just don't see him being what the Clippers want him to be, a reliable superstar, a team leader. I just don't see that. With load management and injuries, he's missed a lot of time. You know how many Clippers games I've watched and Kawhi wasn't on the floor with his team? More games than I care to count. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way I do about Kawhi, but he's soft. Never plays hurt. Toughness is gutting it out. Toughness is showing up, and Kawhi doesn't show up enough. My gut feeling is that they are limiting how many games he plays so he can play in the playoffs. That's just a wild guess spot, by the way. I don't know. I'm not in the locker room. I don't know what's being said behind closed doors or what the plan is for Kawhi moving forward. I can make a legitimate argument that Kawhi has the worst contract in NBA history, considering his lack of availability over this contract. I like Kawhi, but you can't put him on anybody's top 5 list if he's not playing. When will this man play is my question. I have my comments, questions, and concerns. His availability is always like a roller coaster. This team is in a perplexing situation with Kawhi's status. It's getting ridiculous now. Like, what the hell, man? Either step up or step aside. Give up your roster spot to someone that could, I don't know, actually play. Talent or not, he's choosing not to play, using injuries as an excuse not to play. It's going to be hard for the Clippers to make the playoffs in a loaded West without Kawhi. Knowing what we know, their decision to willingly sign Kawhi to a 3-year extension and deciding to let Paul George leave and getting nothing in return is crazy to me. And I love Kawhi's game. I love his game, but he's always injured. And yes, he's not worth that much because he barely plays. He's unreliable. I'm going to be honest when I say this. Kawhi leaving the Raptors was one of the worst decisions any superstar has ever made in NBA history. How is it that Kawhi played every game, including back-to-backs, in a contract year, signs that extension in January, missed the end of the season, and all of a sudden he can't walk again? It's really suspicious to me. It's funny, the only time this man shows up and plays is in a contract year. He played 69 games because he knew the Clippers would pay him. Now that he got his money, the question is, when will he play this season? This is so fascinating. Every time he played, he showed a level of performance that is easily worth the money he got in his extension. He was just playing for a contract. Extending him was silly, and letting Paul George walk was obviously a bad move. I'm done with Kawhi's games. I'm done. This is an organization that doesn't mind getting scammed, I'm guessing. This is a fan base that tolerated this nonsense from him since he came to the Clippers. Outright disrespect to the fans that pay these outrageous ticket prices. I can't be clear. I am so tired of this concept that Kawhi Leonard is resting up and getting ready for the playoffs. The damn playoffs aren't until April. The playoffs aren't until next April. So don't give me that BS. What? He's going to just sit out the remainder of the season and suddenly show up again and be a top 5 player again in the playoffs? Is that what you're telling me? No, you play the damn games. It's what you are supposed to do. If you're healthy, you play. This is what bothers me about this whole thing, because Kawhi Leonard has bought into this load management thing that he's not ready to play. He wants to play whenever he feels like it. And that's what disturbs me more than anything. Damn, wouldn't it be nice if I told my job I want to come to work whenever I feel like it? Imagine if I told them that. Imagine. You know what will happen? If it happens over and over again, repeatedly, I will no longer have a job. I will get fired. Any job in America outside of professional sports, no job is going to keep someone who tells them, I don't want to show up today because I don't feel like it. And this is the notion of it. If you play now, you're not going to be ready to play the rest of the season. It's gotten bigger and it's gotten uglier and it's gotten to where the team doesn't even trust Kawhi enough to stay healthy. They're scared, terrified. Something bad is going to happen to him because the man has bad knees, apparently. I sit here and look at this and I go, okay, I'm tired now of the rhetoric. I'm tired of the Clippers telling us he won't be ready until next week, next month, hell, next season, because I think it's bull. Really weird how he didn't take any plays off and played well until he got an extension. And then news broke that a former Clippers strength and conditioning coach has sued the team alleging wrongful termination in part for raising concerns about the management of Kawhi Leonard's health and injuries, according to a copy of the lawsuit obtained by ESPN. I'm sure Clipper fans would find this insulting, but would you expect anything less from an organization that has enabled this and has mishandled the whole situation? They should have moved off Kawhi Leonard when they had a chance, and now they're stuck with a guy who is never healthy or who is never ready enough to play a damn game. When you talk about a superstar that is unreliable, Kawhi's name is number one on that list. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys have a great day. Happy Friday to you all. LA Sports tonight, man. It is going to be a lot of action in LA tonight. You got the USC Trojans playing Rutgers at the Coliseum. You got the Lakers hosting the Phoenix Suns at Crypto. And you got game one of the World Series, the Dodgers versus the Yankees. Man, it's going to be an exciting night for LA Sports. Brace yourself for a lot of traffic. If you're going to be out in those areas, it's going to be crazy. Our freeways are going to be jammed, packed tonight. Man, it's going to be so much traffic out there. I'm just going to stay home and enjoy the games. I got YouTube TV, so I'm going to put it on the multi-view feature and just try to watch all 3 games at one time. But you guys have a great day. I got to get out of here now. It's been fun chatting with you guys. See you guys later. Peace.